Live and live. Excellent. Hello, hello, friends. Welcome in. Welcome in. Tap to the screens, share the live. I'm on TikTok and the tubes and the book of faces. Okay. Um, Getting my people all set up. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, hello. All right, let's tap, tap, tap the screen, friends. Welcome in. Welcome in. Let me get my space all set up here. Hello, hello. Let's see here. How do I look to see? Oh, cool. Okay. What does it look like on the Facebooks? Let's see what's happening over here. Mm, Okay. Just checking out I'm learning how to multi-stream. So we're going to see how this is going here. Mm, And I think I'm live on other things. If you guys aren't following me on my other platforms, do that too. Just in case. As we learned from Dot Compton this past week, make sure you're following me on other things, right? Thanks, Jesse. Hello, hello, friends. Come on in. We're going to chat. We're going to be talking about mediumship today. And we're going to do some mediumship. We're going to talk about, I'm going to do some live demonstrations. And so I think I'm good. Oh, hey, Michael, I see you. Very cool. I'm glad you guys are here. My new cards will ship out as soon as I get my bags. Like the cards have all come in. I ordered the bags before I ordered the cards, and I'm still waiting on the bags that they're going to come in. So the bags, they should be supposed to be in like between today and next Tuesday. So I have everything ready to go except the bags. I have all the goodies, all the stuff. No, can you be rude and ask for a card today? I'm not doing a card right now, but we can see. Good morning, Talabine. This is mostly a chat. And then for right now, until I kind of get in the vibe, and then I'll probably do a demonstration reading. But we're going to talk about how readings work. How does it? And oh my goodness, Alcia, how about we read the room? Read the room. Okay. Guys, don't just drop in and start dropping your questions. You didn't even read the room. It's a chat. We're chatting. We're chatting right now. Okay. Um, so for those of you who did order my Oracle deck, have I mentioned that I did an Oracle deck? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um, they will ship out. Like I said, everything is ready. I'm just waiting on the custom bags. Ruthie, hey everybody, how are you? Hey, everybody, Ruthie, all you and your personalities. So yeah, so make sure you guys are checking out the Facebooks, the Instagram, um, all the things here. I'm looking to see how I can. I'm still learning how to do the multitasking thing. Um, so we're getting there. We're getting there. And it looks like, oh, I see. Okay, so I can see on here all the comments from Facebook and Facebook and YouTube. Okay. All right. All of the different personalities. Ruthie. Also, I love following Ruthie on Facebook. Posts are hilarious. Hilarious. Love it, love it. Of course, I follow her here too, but all right. So, friends, let's talk about mediumship. Show of hands, first of all, who is new to my page? Show of hands. It doesn't matter whether you're Facebook, YouTube, TikTok here. I'm bouncing between all of them. Who's Whiskey Wednesday? Oh, also, hi. Um, I don't know yet, but I'm there. I'm there when it happens. Of course, now I'm doing on Wednesdays, I teach dance and and then I do readings at a winery, so I have to be Tipsy Tuesday instead for a little bit. I don't know, we'll see. And Carrie's in the house. Hello, friends. Make sure you guys are sharing the live, on all 3 platforms. Make sure you guys are sharing it out. Tap, tap, tap. Good morning, Carrie. Carrie, I think she feels bad because it's her idea that I do this. And she's like one of my besties. I love you, Carrie. And make sure you guys are following her because she's a badass medium and practitioner and high priestess and all the things. So, yes, so my next all development class is July. Those happen twice a month. You can be any level, any level. So make sure you guys show of hands. Give me a wave if you're new and you're watching. Give me a wave if you're new and watching. Nice to see you. Nice to have you in. We're talking about mediumship today. We're gonna talk about the mechanics of mediumship and and how spirit guides are incorporated in mediumship. How do we utilize our guides? How do we receive messages, right? Um, and how do we, I've got spirits already floating in here. Um, public demonstration versus a private demo or a private reading. So we got a lot to talk about today for the next couple hours, so grab whatever you're drinking. Oh, what are you guys drinking? Coffee, tea, mimosas, no judgment here. I've got Celsius Astro Vibe Sparkling Blue Raz Edition, which means by the end of this live, I'm gonna be like, "Wow!" Good morning, welcome in. I don't know, Sherry, but you'll have to keep us posted. Come on, read the room, friends. We do not put our questions in the chat. Read the room. And also, why would you just drop in and, like, you stopped caffeine? Oh, oh, I won't stop caffeine. It actually helps my ADHD, believe it or not. So, hey, Grace, be careful what you're dropping in here. Careful what you put on. Alright, French toast latte. Ooh, nice, okay. You're living vicariously. Okay, you're welcome. I just discovered these, by the way. Oh, I've known for years that I've had it. Right. I think if I gave up caffeine, um, there might be, I don't know, injuries to people mentally, physically, and spiritually. I don't know. I don't know. There's no getting caffeine for me. Alright, so let's talk about now, how many of you don't even know that there is a difference between being a psychic and a medium? How many of you let's rephrase that. Show of hands if you don't know the difference between the 2. How if you were to sign up for a go to a psychic medium, show of hands if you don't know the difference between medium and a psychic. So let's start there. There's a number of you. Okay, so let's start there. So psychic at the hand. Got so a psychic goes person to person, higher self to higher self. Uh, my energy tunes into your energy, into your aura, into your etheric body. So I can see what's happening. So I'm connecting with you, this being, right? And whereas mediumship, I am going to connect to your loved ones on the other side. So I can feel and, depending on what clair they need to connect to, I'm gonna be connecting, communicating with whereas psychism is more okay? Um, so what I am, a little both. No, it can be both. It can be both. We all are born with the ability to connect. to spirit and to communicate to spirit. That's how our guides show us things. It's how we know things. And now, is everybody meant to do it professionally? Not necessarily, just like, you learn baseball in school and to the major league doesn't even as a practicing mean you're going to be famous, be helping locally, right? So there's just, there's different degrees of it, there's different degree of mediumship and so if you're wanting to connect with loved ones, talk to a medium. Now, most of us will say we're intuitive or we get psychic hits. Yeah, show of hands. How many of you feel like you're totally intuitive and you get psychic hits? Like, you just know those weird things, those weird knowings happen. You know Yeah, yeah, see, there we go. Here come the affirmations, and that's what happens, like, we are wired to speak to spirit. We are not meant to be here unless we came in going, "Alright, guys, I have an idea. I'm gonna go in and act like none of you exist, and spirit doesn't exist, and I'm gonna just live in a nice, like, no connection whatsoever." Maybe that's part of the journey, yeah? Um, most of the time, that's not how that works. Most people um, but not recently. Okay. Now, I will say, um, even as a medium, when I'm practicing this work, when I get buried in life and my vibration is low or my vibration's off, it's harder for me to hear, feel, and understand spirit. It's definitely right. So because our frequency changes, our vibration changes. So when I'm getting ready to do a reading, I call my guides, I ask them to adjust my vibration and that way I can understand spirit, I can feel spirit, I can yeah, a vibe check exactly during the day. Um, and I'll call them in to help adjust my vibration. And you can do the same thing. You can do things, um, what are examples of things that you can do, whether you're a medium or not? What can you do to raise your vibration? Stress is off the chart, figure out how to get back, yeah, and depression is a real thing. "Hi, Sarah, I'm doing well." Go to the ocean, okay. The vibe checks, yep, vibe checks are a thing, I'm telling you, Dream Queen. No sugar or processed foods. Well, I mean, that's actually legit. I like my sugar, though. I'm not a fan of processed food. Meditate, okay. How many of you have dance parties or listen to music? Like, think about it, dance parties. There was one night I did a live on here and played disco music, and it was a blast. It was a blast. Everybody had such a great time. Listen to music. Breath work is good, especially if you're a really high-strung person. Taking the time to breathe or an anxiety-ridden person, you can breathe and regulate your physical body, and that will help. Music, yeah, it's not weird, believe it or not. We just have a gal that I've known for a long time in, my, development class, um, in my that let's um, and she gets all of her messages through music. Isn't that crazy? That she like, a lot of her messages are entire life. Um, and that's happened to me as well, by the way. I'll get music because I'm a dance teacher, so I deal with a lot of music, right? Um, I feel like there we go. Soundtrack of your life, there we go. And what's funny is, last week I was doing readings at a public event. I know, right? Um, I was sitting with a person, and all of a sudden, I noticed over the the music overhead was Hotel California by the Eagles, which anybody who knows me knows that that song would be played at my funeral, period. Like, that's just I love that song. There's something about it. It's just so many things. Anyway, and I had completely tuned out what was going on around me, right? Like, all of a sudden, I heard it, and then I looked at her and I said, "Did you just buy tickets to see the Eagles in Las Vegas?" And she's like, "Yeah, I did that today." So, it was just one of those random hits that I got in the moment, and because I was listening to music. So, spirit will come through with music. But that's a great way to raise your vibration, is to have a dance party, listen to music that gets you going, um, and when you do that, your vibration is closer to where your spirit guide's vibration is, where spirit vibration is. Okay, because if you're way here and sad and bummed and stressed out, which is life, human, which is why there might be you might come across me, they're like, "Yeah, I gotta take a week off. I got life happening," and they may reschedule because they know they're not gonna give you the best reading in that moment, and they have to deal with their human stuff, and they're not gonna take your money if they can't get through that. Um, and 'cause you gotta bring that vibration up, okay? Um, and so you could do that. Dance parties, ocean, vacation. Sometimes we need a reset. Sometimes we just need to take some days off and reset, right? Those are all important things for mediums, to do. It's part of our mediumistic health. That makes sense? It's going to come through as spirit-led reading by music. Yeah, they do, by music. Mhm. Yes, exactly, Midwest Mackenzie, because, like, it really does make a difference where your vibration is. So when I'm getting ready to do a reading, I do not sit and meditate and get deep into a meditation because that actually brings my energy down and roots me too far down. And that now those are great times for me to connect to spirit to learn things. It's hard to explain, but spirit will work with me that way. Um, but if I'm gonna do readings, I'm up here. I'm dance party. I'm inviting my guides in. I'm inviting the loved ones in. I also have 2 chairs here in my reading room where if I'm doing, Zoom readings, I'll invite spirit to come and sit. If I'm taking a class, I invite my guides to come and sit, and I can tell I just know that they come in with their little notebooks. Yeah, I raise the vibration. So, any questions about vibration, how that works with mediumship and getting into you should, and, and that can work every day. It can work in everyday life, you know? "Okay, hey, Lynn, don't do that. Scammers will come find you." And just so you guys know, I will never, ever, ever reach out to you, and I probably will not follow you back, um, if you're following me because not because I'm being a jerk, but because I don't want you to think it's me that's soliciting. Okay, because the scammers are gonna do that. So Lynn 50, how about you not put your question like that? Don't put your statements in there because people are gonna like, don't put your personal information, okay? And actually, let's I was gonna mute it, but it well, I don't wanna mute her whole live. Yeah, I don't wanna mute forever and ever. Alright, so if we're understanding the, the how the vibration works, if you feel like you're feeling pretty good about that, let's talk about spirit guides. How do the spirit guides work? How do we utilize our guides? Now, I have friends who are mediums that are just like, "I don't know, I've never met my guides. I think they've abandoned me." I'm like, "No, it's just not part of your journey. They're there. They are there. They're gonna help you." It's not necessary. Now, in the beginning of my journey, I utilized my guides. I was convinced that I was hearing the messages through them, but I wasn't. They were just adjusting my vibration. And I will say, one of my guides helps to it's like I have it in my head that she stands with a clipboard and a notebook. She's like, "Okay, all right, you. Okay, you're next. No, not you today. Not you today. No, we're moving on. No, no. Oh, hey, okay, yes, yeah, yeah. I need you. Okay, oh, oh, we're shifting. Come on, come on, come on. Step up, step up, step up." And so I feel like my what I call my joy guide, or gatekeeper guide. She's the one that will adjust my vibration. She calls in. She's like my gatekeeper. She's the one that lines them up at the door for me. So I'll know who to connect to. So they assist me. And my doctor, teacher, philosopher guy, Dr. Mike, he will help me. He's like my Jiminy Cricket. He will give me words. He'll give me information that I need. He'll tell me things. Can you decide through numbers? Absolutely. If you are prone to see numbers, they are more apt to show you numbers. They're gonna bring you information in ways that you understand and you're willing to okay? If you're that person, like I tell people, don't try to box yourself in with a Claire, okay? Like, "Oh, I only see things," or "I only see things," or "I only hear things," because your guides, your loved ones will bring in information in the way that you are open to receive it at the time, okay? And make sure you guys are gonna go over and make sure you're popping in, um, to like, make sure you're following me on Facebook and, YouTube, just in case anything ever happens over here. And somebody said, "Is there a set number of guides?" I think, yes, he asked that. No, there's not. Now, I have from this I am spiritualist trained. I'm not necessarily a practicing spiritualist, but that's where my training is. And we believe in certain guides that have certain jobs coming in. And yes, I do believe that they're assigned at birth. We have core guides that work with us, and only us, just us. Um, and so I've got a joy, what we call a joy guide, Lily. She's my gatekeeper. She's the one that raises my vibration. She adjusts the vibration for readings, right? I've got Dr. Mike, who is my doctor, teacher, like he's like my professor, right? And then you've got a protector guide and then an alchemist. The alchemist is the one that helps to regulate our mind, body, spirit, keeps us connected with the silver cord, tells us, if you ever notice it before you get sick, you can feel it. You can't explain it, but you know something's coming because it's coming in through your ethereal body first. Your alchemist is the one that's go, "Hello, hey, it's coming. It's coming." Yeah, okay. So they do that. Your alchemist will help you, and there's a number of things the alchemist guy does as well, especially as a practicing medium and healer. They are they're key in there's spirit flying around in here. They are key in helping with healing as a practitioner. Okay. And then we also have master teachers that come and go that also help other people. That core team I was talking about, they're mine, only mine, right? And how spirit showed me recently, which it didn't occur to me until they showed me this, is that not like we're part of a little group, right? And it's like the teacher did a group project. They're like, "Okay, so you gotta do this group project. You all have different jobs. One of you has to go in. Now you all have to learn from it, and you all have to work together, okay?" And so it's like it's an equal energy exchange is what spirit showed me in a meditation, and it actually was in a channeling experience, um, where they were like, "Yeah, we're learning from you just as much as you're learning from us. So we think that our guides are here just for us, only to focus on us." Well, that's true to a degree, but they're also learning from us because maybe they have not incarnated, or maybe they're learning how to be a spirit guide. They are learning through this energy exchange. They're learning from me as well, okay? So what's kind of fun is if you wanna sit in meditation, ask your guides, "What are you learning from me? What am I teaching you today? What can you learn from me today, or what do you want to learn today?" And see what happens, because Aubrey's saying, "Learn to listen." That voice always telling me the right way. Exactly, yeah. So you can hear 'em, feel them, know it sometimes you just kinda know things, and then you're like, "Wait, I just made that up." More than likely, if you feel like you made it up, you didn't, right? Um, so your guides are here for you, and you are also there for them, okay? Um, and hello, friends, and also if you are one of my, colleagues, give a wave. Know if you're one of my colleagues, practitioners. I see Alpha Energy Alchemist Jensen here. Carrie's helping me out. Carrie's a rock star. Make sure you follow her. She's got her own school and everything. She keeps talking to me like I'm gonna have my own, and I'm like, "Girl, I already have a dance school." And so, anyway, so we're talking about the jobs of guides, how it's an energy exchange with spirit. It's not just they're here for us. So within mediumship, do you see colors to meditate? I do sometimes. Did you know on the other side we're color? Like we're energy. We're not like human. That we come through that way, like that's what we see in our mind's eye sometimes, or we just know, but like we don't really have a form on the other side necessarily. We're energy. Everything is just energy. Um, so when I've taught Spirit Guides 101 before, or in the beginning stages, if somebody's new into a class and I'm like, "Okay, let's connect to our guides, let's like, how does your guide know you just see them?" A lot of times they'll come through as just color. It's just color. Yeah. Um, because that's just how they are. That's how we are in our natural state on the other side is color. So, um in meditation, you can even ask, like, "What color am I on the other side?" And you'd be surprised just how beautiful the colors will come. Yeah. Um, and she's weird name, and that can happen, yeah. And so I see my guides in their human form, and I am convinced that's how I knew them in past life. Like, that's how my soul knows them and recognizes them is we've incarnated together before. Or that's how I or that's their favorite personality to take on. Okay. So, that's how I see it, um, is however I spent time with them before, and how they committed to coming in, so I can, like, recognize them. Because you figure we are in our natural spiritual state, we are this massive energy, and we as humans are like this much of that energy, and there's lots of little sparks thrown out throughout the universe and through dimensions and through time where we create these little people, these little avatars, these little characters. You do past life regression, I do, and I'm certified to do them virtually as well as in person. I do. That's some good healing right there. Past life regression is some amazing healing work, and it's great for the person, the client, because you get to see it yourself. You get to experience it yourself. You get to heal yourself, and you get to see the results and experience it, versus and I do past life readings as well. And how I do past life readings is I'll tune in higher self, that oversoul I was just talking about, the big color, and I can tune into the little sparks or avatars and see what is carrying over from a past life into this life and what's affecting you right now in your current life. Um, and so that there's evidence of that. There's evidence that I bring with it, okay? You might, Elizabeth. And I also feel like it's not I feel like it's a lot of concurrent, um, because on the other side, there's no time, so we can be experiencing lifetimes all at once in different timelines. But that's a whole other deep dive. That is a whole other conversation. Let's go back to mediumship and, um oh, cool, Jennifer. Yeah, me too. Are you QHHT or are you BQH or other? I'm always curious to know what other people are doing. I've actually started working on oh, don't apologize, Michelle, unless you said something got busted. Um, you choose people here, though, if guided to someone. That's all. Okay. Yeah, we can choose our people that we connect with here. Um, oh, it's fine. You sidetracked me. There's a reason I have a squirrel back here, 'cause it's easily done, easily done. Alright, so back to spirit guides. How do spirit guides help us, and how can we utilize them in our everyday life? CHT, working on my CCHT. Oh, cool, I've never heard of it, I'm gonna write it down. CCHT. I've never heard of it. Um, how can we utilize them in our everyday life? How do we know if our guides are with us? You can ask for signs. You can just name with loved ones. You can ask for signs. Um, but you really need okay, got it. Um, you have to ask for the signs, but you need to be open to how they're gonna come in, right? Um, so for example, those of you who've seen me talk live before know that I'm a big advocate for the book by Dr. Laura Lynn Jackson called Signs, and she talks about in the very first chapter about she needed a sign to know if she needed to do something, and she's like, "Okay, well, show me oranges." It's so random, and she was at a convention center. She walks into a room and there's, like, oranges everywhere. She's like, "That was quick." Because what's interesting is spirit will plant the idea in your mind. You'll think you came up with the idea, but you didn't. Yeah. Oh, cool, Maggie, I'm glad you're reading that. So you'll think you came up with the idea, but spirit usually plans the idea for us, right? But that's a really great book because you learn how to empower yourself in seeing signs different ways. So I had asked for a sign about a situation last year, and I was listening to that book in the car going back and forth from Camp Chesterfield, and I would ask for signs. When I got back to the house, I sat and I was like, "Okay, fine. We'll go with the orange thing. Show me oranges if I'm supposed to cut these people out because they're toxic," and, yeah, like, it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing, and because it was one of those things where there were people in my life that I was afraid to cut loose, even though they were affecting me negatively, and so I was like, "I'm supposed to just, like, cut the cord and move on, wish them well, there's no hate, just disconnect, show me oranges." Sit down, pull out my computer, my husband says, "Let's watch TV," and he turns on Virgin River, and all of a sudden, there's a bowl of oranges, and the main character goes, "Ooh, would you like an orange? It's full of vitamin C." Like, I'm just like, "That was quick. That was okay. Okay, spirit, I see you." And an example of spirit guides coming in and answering, but then not only that, spirit doubled down. I had my laptop open, I was like, "Wow." Working in Canva, and I looked down to continue working while the TV's on, and there's a little thing that says, like, orange cream whatever, it was like a background. It was right there. I had never opened it, I'd never seen it, it was just a suggested one. Yeah. So, and I'd asked for a sign from my grandfather at one point, and I said, "Okay, what sign do you wanna be?" And a image of an owl popped in my head, and I had a reading. And, 'cause this I was preparing for having a reading by, a pretty well-known actually, pretty well-known medium, um, and we get ready to finish up the reading, and all of a sudden, he's like, "I'm hearing something about Joe, did he have a sweet tooth?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, he did. He did. He had a sweet tooth, that tracks." Talking about my grandfather, and he said, "Show me, like, those bubble gum, like, blow pops." He goes, "Oh, wait, no, Tootsie Rolls." Like the Tootsie Roll Pop, that's what he's showing me, and I just laughed because to me, I think a 1, a 2, a 3, a 3, and it's an owl, and it was right at the end of the reading. So, it was like grandpa was just flying in, coming in, sliding into home base with the evidence, right? So, you can ask for signs like that, be open to how you receive them because they will come in the weirdest ways. Um And they'll pop them into your mind. "Oh, thanks for being part of my team." They'll pop things into your mind when you'll think it's your idea, and it's not. I was down in Kentucky shopping, and I love at that time, I was just kind of going through the whole, "Alright, spirit, show me a sign." we were playing that game. This was back in October, and, I'm walking through an antique shop in Louisville, Kentucky, with a couple of friends, and I just got the idea. I'm like, "Okay, we're here in a random antique store. Show me oranges." I kid you not. I walk around the corner, and there's a tapestry of oranges on the wall. I'm like, "Ooh, touche." That was quick. Spirit works fast. But then it occurred to me in that moment, they're like, "Oh, that's funny how you thought it was your idea, that you thought of that. We put that idea there." So spirit got jokes. You too, Michelle. Thank you for being part of the conversation. Tap, tap, tap the screen, everybody. Make sure you're following me. And also share the live. Ooh, 3 shares. Come on. Come on, y'all can do better than that. I only got 3 people. I got 1 person on YouTube and 2 on the Facebooks. Feel free to go over and follow me on either one of those platforms. I was gonna add in Instagram. However, they cut you off after an hour. You can only go 1 hour live. So oh, I see my friend April's in here also. Um, Happy Thursday. I love it. Um, so we were talking about mediumship and, spirit guides, how we receive messages. Now, um, because no one you gotta find better friends, period. Oh, thank you for following. Thank you for the team, joining my team. Um, so, but that's a real thing, believe it or not, Rosemary. When I was doing, the Biddy Tarot Master Certification class, um, there was a whole module on coming out. Oh, thank you guys for joining my team, appreciate it. There was a whole chapter, whole module on coming out as a reader to people, to friends and family, helping you with the dialogue. Uh, yeah, they do that. If they didn't believe when they were here, when they come back, they'll come back and be like, "I was wrong." They will come back and they will tell you they were wrong. So, I'm just telling you, you do you, and if people don't align with you, that's their problem. That is their problem. They can call you crazy all day long and be like, "Cool, I know what I know, and you know what you know, so let's just do what we need to do," right? You're not trying to do anything crazy. Well, happy birthday, sunshine. So let's talk about how spirit guides will communicate with me, or spirit, not even just spirit guides, but spirit loved ones will communicate with me when doing a reading. Okay. So stick around. I'm gonna do a demonstration of a mediumship reading. Okay. So you'll want to be in here, your loved one coming through. I do feel like I've got a spirit in here. I've invited it, so they're being patient. Um, but how does spirit communicate? How does spirit communicate? They use my database. They use my Rolodex. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I appreciate you. Um, they use my what I know, my experiences. So, because that gives me the language. They don't just come in and say, well, yeah, they do. They do sometimes. As I get to be better as a they do just say things occasionally, and I'm just like, "Okay." They said that. Would that make sense to you? Uh, so they will utilize my experiences. So sometimes they will show me that if a dad, say a father figure steps up, they might show me, and especially if it was like, someone who was, uh, an addictive personality or, um, was not nice, was an abuser of some sort, um, they'll come up and they'll plant the idea of my dad in their head, and I'll understand what they're saying, and I'll be able to say, "Would you understand a father figure that was um, saying there was alcoholism or abuse that happened?" And, because they'll show me my dad. And then you know, sometimes last night I did readings, first at a local winery at a little last night, and the immediately I had parents step up. I knew they were parents, but they felt older, like they would have been like they were older older for parents, right? And, then they showed me they said Bill and Jean. It wasn't their name, that's my grandparents' name. And I was like, "Oh, we got a lot of similarities to my grandparents. Okay." So then I was able to say, "Okay, did they do this? Did they do this? Da 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 da, da 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 da." So they were drawing parallels to my grandparents and how much they were like them. And so, you know, and of course the girl the 2 girls were not girls, women were crying. They were like, "We've never done this before and didn't know they could come through like that. There's no way you could have known that." But they would tap into things like um, they went back to a reference of my grandparents, and they're like, "Hey, talk about your necklace," because I have a necklace that we had their thumbprints in charms, right? And I was like, "I'm hearing something about the necklace with the thumbprints." I like, "That's what we had done." They're like, "No." I'm like and then the one was like, "Wait." "Oh, thanks for joining my team." They're like, "Wait." And side eye, and I was like, "Oh, wait." And they're talking about a chalice. Would that make sense? And then again, tears because she's like, "Yeah, we one of the last things we did together was we went to a pottery place, made chalice of sorts." So, instead of spirit saying to me, "Talk about the chalice with the thumbprints," they used 2 things that made sense to me that I could use as evidence, okay? So, it's really important for me as a medium to get my own way also in trying to interpret what it means. I just say what I see, hear, and get and, like, whatever information I get, say it, because it may mean something different to me than what it means to the sitter. There's no way I would have ever thought, "Oh, spirit said, 'Did you make a chalice and put pumpkins in it?'" Wouldn't have ever occurred to me. I'd have been like, "Really? You're gonna come with that? How weird is that?" But they used 2 different things. So, and sometimes, they'll show me a feeling of something. They might be a clairsentient. I'll get a feeling of something. Um, I might feel something in my hands, or I might feel something in my feet, might feel something heaviness in my chest, and that'll tell me how they passed. Hey, Kelly, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. See, Ginger's in here also. Um, if you're new to my live, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name's Loretta Carr. I am a psychic medium, and learn how to do it, I guess, the way of just saying it. And you know what? You learn if you go in and say, "Okay, spirit, I'm gonna trust you, and I'm gonna say whatever I say, whatever comes, I'm just gonna say it." You'll learn to trust them because they'll be right. Okay? So, anyway, if you're new here, give me a wave, give me a follow. My name's Loretta Carr. And go watch my videos, follow me on the tube of you and Facebooks and the Instagrams, all the good things. Hey, Justine. Um, and so, would you really? Okay. Well, thank you, Kelly. Ooh, that's one of my favorites. I love that. Um, oh, see, now my squirrel's laughing. Like, "Ah, now you're distracting." Oh my goodness, I forget what I was talking about. Oh, psychic medium. I do private readings. My July book is open. I only open 1 month at a time. I do not book way out. And do not listen to those mediums that are like, "Well, if they're not booked out a year, they're not worth it." Nope, I just don't know what I'm gonna be doing in a month. I don't wanna I'm not gonna be that committed. Yeah. Oh, nice to meet you, Lorinda. I know, right? Me neither, except, like, when I was 25, I said that out loud once, and I met 5 in 1 year. Yeah. My husband has a cousin named Lorinda. He was not surprised to meet me. I ended up with a client that year named Lorinda. My boss's name was Lorinda, and was another and actually, I have a client that I met here named Lorinda, so it's crazy. But anyway, going back to bookings, so I'm a psychic medium. I do one-on-one, um, readings and private readings. for mediumship, for psychic readings, past life readings. When you book a private session with me, you pretty much tell me how where you wanna focus your energy. And what's funny is Spirit's got jokes sometimes, so if you book a 45-minute session, you might tell me, "I wanna ask about my job." And I'm going to hi, Lori, over there on the Facebook. It's good to see you. I might tune into Higher Self to Higher Self and be like, "Okay, so I'm gonna pull some cards on that." And we do use cards. We do use cards and even when we're doing readings, so I might, pull some cards and be like, "Okay, oh, yeah, Queen of Swords. So this tells me you're gonna be carving your path and da 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 da." And then all of a sudden, I'm good. Spirit comes in and says, "So talk about how her kids are causing this, and this." And spirit will step in, right? So in a private session, you kinda get all of it, and sometimes, like yesterday, I had a private session where the person was like, there was somebody coming in from my past, or like, "I don't wanna deal with them, I don't wanna mess with them." I'm like, "Well, let's find out why they're coming up again." "Good morning, Nikki. Hey." Make sure you guys are, good to see you on the Facebooks. Look at me, I'm multi-streaming. Look at me go. I'm learning the technology. Um, and anyway, so, um oh my goodness. Oh, I know what I'm talking about. And so then all of a sudden I moved into, "Oh, I think I'm gonna be connecting higher self to higher self." So I did, I just closed my eyes, connected to higher self. I could see her past lives that most affected her now and that relationship, and then we were able to figure out the root cause and, um and then make that disconnect and find out if it's necessary and why would it be necessary in this lifetime. In her case, it wasn't, it was just old karmic ties, and she was like, "Hey, I've already learned that lesson, let's get rid of it." Hey, Ginger, good to see you over here. Um, so that's how it works, with the 45-minute private session. So, here in a few minutes, I'm gonna move into some mediumship. I can feel the spirit in the room. So keep sharing the love and share the live. I've 8 shares. Come on now. You can't have Carrie doing all of the work, okay? Give me some shares here. Ooh, wait, okay, what did I missed whatever it was. I can't multi-stream, I get too distracted. Well, I mean, I'm not very good at it, but here we are. I figure it just takes practice. I just need to practice, and that's what I'm doing this summer. I take my summers to expand my knowledge, whether it's in dance, in spirit stuff. So I'm in another mentorship. Well, I'm in a mentorship with Dominic Bogue. He's a fantastic medium out of Scotland. Um, and can't just feel your oh, thank you, Lori. Thank you. Um, Lori over in the Facebook says she saw me at Chesterfield. I'm awesome. I'm just saying, TikTok world. Just saying. I'm not saying, she's saying. So, all right, right? So I've been watching Dot Compton and, like, learning how to do the whole back and forth thing, um, and try to stay focused. Um, and for those of you who do follow Dot Compton, he got his account back. Yay! Um, so let's talk about private readings versus a public demonstration reading. How many of you, show of hands, have had a private one-on-one reading before? Not in a public forum. Show of hands. If you've ever had a private reading from a psychic or medium, or psychic medium, show of hands. In all the chats. All 4 of you over in my other ooh, I've got 7 people watching between my other 2 platforms. Look at me go. Okay, so a lot of you have. A lot of you have had private readings. Never a private reading, okay. So private readings are good because you can be a little more forthcoming about things. You can have, more open dialogue without the worry of people knowing your business. Um, so I feel like I'm gonna clean this up. I feel like this is I don't know if this is Nope, mm-mm, didn't help, did not help. Um, don't forget to drink whatever you're drinking. Take a sip. So Bonnie's never had a reading of any kind. Um, okay. So, and what about okay, so now, show of hands, how many of you have had a public reading, whether it's in person out in public or here on a platform, any like a streaming platform? Because I know some of you probably follow plenty of other of creators, not just me. I mean, I'd like to think I'm the only one. Okay, so yeah, there's a number of you that have had readings online as well. Yeah, whether it be a card pull or, a full-on mediumship reading. So let's talk about the differences. So you've got your private obviously, there's a lot more going on. With a public reading, we have what I call spirit HIPAA laws. Oh, thanks for being part of my team, friends. Thank you. Spirit HIPAA laws, right? And when I am doing a live demonstration thank you for being part of my team. Thank you, Melissa. Um, when I'm doing a live demonstration, Spirit's gonna give me things, and I'm gonna honor them as I do, but Spirit knows you've gotta bring your filter, to get me to say certain things that still allows that person to maintain their privacy. Okay, so I might say, "Would you understand a grandmother stepping forward that's holding a cross, and we identify the spirit. Yes, great. This is the message she's coming through with. And they're gonna give me some cryptic message that doesn't make sense to me or anybody else in the audience. 9 times out of 10, that person goes, "No way you could have known no way you could have known that," and it makes sense to them. So spirit's clever. Spirit is infinitely intelligent, and they're going to protect your privacy. Protect your privacy. Um, and, so if you've done your due diligence and you go to a live demonstration, um, and you've seen the practitioner read before and they've been discreet, you can feel confident in getting a reading in person. Because I have had situations where I did a live demonstration in front of obviously like maybe 50 people. It was a small, intimate gathering. Um, and I was getting and actually I streamed that. This was a couple years ago. I streamed it. It'd be funny if any of you remember this. I had done channeling that day, and I just streamed the whole event on TikTok, and then I did some live demonstration with some people in the audience, and I keep seeing, like, Wizard of Oz and all these Wizard of Oz references, right? And I'm like, I see Dorothy, I see da, 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 all these things, and I was drawn to a lady that was sitting right in front of me, and I was like, "I feel like I'm coming to you," and she's like, "I don't know. I don't know." I'm like, "Okay." Well, here's the message from spirit, whether it's for you or someone around you, that because I spirit was dead set on this. They were absolutely set on this, and so I gave her the message, and she came up to me after the cameras were all off and said, "My mom's name's Dorothy. Could that have been her?" And then she went on to explain how the message made sense because it was something she was actually going through. So, my ego got a good check that that happens. It happens. But also, she was kind of afraid. She had said she was a little bit afraid. She did if it was for somebody else, she didn't wanna be, um she didn't want to be taking up somebody else's reading. How many of you have had that before? Where you've thought a reading was for you for a minute, but you were afraid to say. Yes. So over here on the Facebook, I got, Peaceful Nick saying, "Yes, it happens." It does. It really does. Yeah, I'm the same way, being a medium, if I see somebody and if I see somebody doing a live, I'm tapping the screen and I'm like, "Yay," showing the love to the medium, and then they might bring in a spirit, I'm like, "Oh, wait, this might be for me," but I'm always hesitant 'cause I don't want people to think I'm trying to, like, come in and hijack a reading. Um, yeah, exactly. You just gotta you gotta get the information out there, you gotta let all of it set in, and, and so what I like to do when I'm doing live demonstrations, I'll say, "If this is resonating 100% with you, raise your hand," or in the chat in this situation, I'll be like, "Put an emoji," and but if I give piece of information that does not resonate, feel free to just don't respond anymore, or if in person, put your hand down, so we can narrow it down, because we might get down to like, the evidence might be super specific, and then we get down to just a couple of people, and then I can hone in on their energy, and I can usually tell who it's gonna be. Um, but it's good if you are at 100% and there's a decent amount of evidence, it's good to claim it because if you can have a conversation and verbally, vocally connect with the medium, I have an energetic connection with you, and then the messages come. Yeah, so it is important to engage. If it is for you, engage. You do not have to be like, "Well, yeah, grandmother, she's from Kentucky and she likes Nope, you don't have to do all that. You can say, "Yes, this does make sense, and I can confirm this is my grandmother." And that's gonna give me an energetic connection to you, and we can get the ball rolling on the in as far as the evidence will start rolling in. Because what'll happen is what I that triangle, right? 'Cause I'm a medium, I'm standing between you and your loved one. If you're not receiving information and you're just a wall and the information's out here in the ethers, I got grandma over here going, "Here's all the information." Oh my gosh, she's not listening. Why is she not listening, right? So she's gonna give me information is going out into the universe, but nobody's taking it. Where when you say, "Yes, I know this is for me, and we can confirm that the evidence is for you," then that connection is made, and then there's a three-way communication. Does that make sense? Yeah. So it is important to engage. Now, be careful not to talk over your medium nonstop. I know we get excited. I'm the worst at receiving readings, so I want so bad to validate the reader in the moment, but, um, but can't, sometimes you need to, like, zip it, even if we're just like, "Oh my god, it's my grandma, she da 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 da," all makes sense. Yeah, just receive it. Kelly gets it. Kelly, there's a reason you and I get along, girl, I'm telling you. Um, it's not just mediumship. Alright. Good morning, Regina, how are you? Good to see you in here. Um, we're talking about mediumship. We've talked about spirit guide. You're so funny with that. How we receive messages, how spirit gives us messages, how sometimes we use divination tools to get messages, to get the conversation rolling. Now, I'm actually right now working on practicing my spiel for the opening 'cause I did have a show booked May 31st, but then it turns out we had our photographer coming in from LA to do the pictures for our dance studio. Oh, it's gonna make me do this thing over here. Hang on. So, I had to reschedule it. So, I'm in the process of rescheduling. Oh, hey, Jen, I see you over there on the Facebook. Thanks for coming over. Um, so I had to reschedule, so now we're working on a date that makes sense for fall because 'cause I've been working on my opening spiel because I've done live demonstrations by myself, um, and I've done them with other people where we've had multiple topics going on, um, but I'm working on my opening spiel to do just a mediumship, educational and readings. What about feeling energies? Um, that depends on the person and the sitter, and the spirit and how they want us to come in or how they want me to receive the information. Sometimes so right now, in my classes that I'm teaching and the class that I'm taking, and by the way, anytime I use people that are in my classes or that are in here can vouch for me on this. If I learn something from one of my mentors, I always give them credit. I'm like, "Okay, I just learned this in my class. I just learned this in my class from Dominic, or I just learned this with Reverend Glenda. Let's try it in here, see how it lands, see how it feels for you all." So I do try to give credit to anything that I'm learning from my people. Sometimes Carrie's awesome. Sometimes she'll come up with cool stuff, and I'll be like, "Oh, I'm totally using that in class." But I always give her credit, always give the shout outs. I keep thinking my ring light's dead. So anyway, one of the things that we're working on is learning how to ask, like, get into a meditative state, connect to your spirit guides, um, and have them demonstrate to us or to me something I've never experienced. Okay. And so to build that Rolodex, build that, um yes, I just said Rolodex. Yeah. Build that dictionary, that vocabulary, that build that language with them, and I'll say, "Okay, allow me to experience something that I've never experienced before." And the first time I did it, I was trying to, like, control the scenario, like, "Well, what about, like, something with the brain or something?" And they're like, "Nope, mm-mm." And all of a sudden, my arm went numb, and then it felt like little tingly tingles, and then it felt like it wasn't there, even though it was there, and I was like, "What in the world?" And I couldn't move it, I couldn't activate it at all, and they were like, "Amputation, and you're gonna need to know this." And they gave me a motorcycle reference. I'm like, "Oh, dang," 'cause I get a lot of motorcycle riders in spirit because I ride, or the riders will be, like, visitors. Um, so so they made me understand what it would feel like to not have an arm, and and it was weird and wild, and so then the other day, they made me feel like I was a lefty, and then another time, they made me feel like I was really tall. I'm 5'4", there's no tall here. I don't know what it feels like to be tall. I might be afraid of heights, but I felt tall, and I felt like I was looking down at people, so they were giving me different perspectives on on and then what's interesting is last night I did readings, and, um, and one of the fathers like, a grandfather came through, and I was like and he showed me that perspective, like, "Was he really tall?" And they're like, "Yes." I'm like, "Okay, okay. Well, that was cool." Right? No tall here. Yeah, no, none here. No tall. No, me and my 5'4" self. Um, and so anyway, that came through loud and clear. Um, and just little things, asking spirit to show you and allow you to experience things that you would not have experienced. A heart attack was another one. Um, how it started here and moved, like, down my arm, like, I felt it, in a reading, and that's how the person had passed. So, you can ask your guides and loved ones to teach you what by showing you what it will be like to be afflicted by something that you're not afflicted by, that you've never experienced. Um, so that's one of the things we learned in our classes. But that's a great way to learn how to get messages from your guides too, is allow them to get you to feel. How do you protect your energy in public when you pick up on others? You just need to put smack down with your guides. I'm a Leo. We're pretty much self-absorbed most of the time, so I can usually pick up on people's energy if I ask or if I try to plug in. Um, but you can actually ask spirit to surround you. This is one of my favorite things to do, actually. One of my favorite visualizations is that You can surround yourself visually in two-way mirrors. Oh, hello, Glasgow, Scotland. Um, two-way mirrors, welcome to my team, thank you. Um, and where you can see out of the mirrors, but people can't see you, so it's like, do you know what I mean? Like a two-way mirror, right? So you see out, you can look, you can see all the way around, like, "Oh, I see everything going on around me, I'm aware," but because of the mirror on the opposite side, people's energy cannot reach you, and because it's open at the top, the only messages you get are the ones that are good for you, that, that resonate in your greatest and highest good, information that comes to you. So it allows you to be aware of, you can see what's going on, but you don't have to engage in the energy. You don't have to be, and if anything, if they're gonna, like, try to share that energy with you, and it's gonna go back to them. So it's a really great visual protection. Is that why some people have a lot of mirrors in their house? Well, I mean, I like mirrors just because it makes my house look bigger. It just makes the room look bigger, to be honest. And also, some people just are really paranoid about how they look. So, they're always walking around checking themselves out. I own a dance studio. I'm in front of mirrors literally all the time. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, alright. Alright, we might be doing some mediumship. I have a very impatient spirit. There might be someone in the room right now that this person's here for. The malls all different sizes. Yeah, I mean, look at Versailles, you know, the in France, the Versailles, like the Hall of Mirrors. They did that to because of the way the sun comes through the windows, and that room looks giant. And I walked through it. I walked through it, last year, and oh, see you later, Nikki. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you, and good luck with your reading. Not that we need luck, you know. Alright. Thanks, Tam. You too. Alright, let's move into some mediumship, 'cause I do have a spirit here. So, this is how I work. I can feel him moving in. Sorry, I'm gonna get real distracted. So we'll have to see. TikTok having issues apparently. Uh-oh. Is it? Are you guys doing okay over there? You guys seeing me okay? Yeah, just come on over here. It's all good. Um, okay, good. All right, I gotta move quick. So, tap, tap, tap the screen, share the live. Let's get up to 100 shares. That's my goal. 100 shares, 50,000 likes, 100 shares. Keep the energy going. Keep the energy going, right? Um, so let's move into mediumship. I'm pulling the spirit closer to me. 100% of the information. So if I'm gonna ask them the emoji, they want star. We're doing a star emoji. Star emoji, which is funny because, and I gotta cover part of this. When I was messing with my cards earlier, Carrie, you're gonna love this. When I was messing with my cards earlier, this literally flew out of the deck. I had to cover it because of the AI stuff. Yeah. It flew out of the deck, so it's interesting. So, don't drop a star yet. I haven't given you an ounce of information. Rob's in here. How's it going, Rob? I used your cards last night. Yep. I'm pretty sure I've sold cards for you, like, at my events. I'm just saying. Um, so Star, we're gonna, and I'm gonna call in Star, my master teacher. Um, so Star, if 100% of the information resonates. So notice, did y'all notice, like, my energy completely shifted? Hey, Rob, make sure you guys are following Intuitive Intention. He's got amazing tarot decks, a tarot deck and an oracle deck, as do I. We'll talk about that later, though, because I gotta get in this. This is a male. I've got a male energy. So 100%, I gotta start throwing this stuff out. So hang tight, people. Don't leave in case this is for you, all right? Because I feel like I'm on borrowed time right now. So I need you to understand that this is, um, male energy. He feels like a grandfather or an older father, and he does feel tall. He feels tall. Like, you would have looked up to him and been like, "Whoa." Um, very much the patriarch of the family, um, really good, strong leader of the family, but in a quiet way. He's a quiet leader. And I feel like his birthday there's a birthday. He's coming in for a birthday. It's either his or someone in the chat, someone's birthday. Hold on, more information. Do not put your personal information, do not put any validations in the chat yet, only a star if 100% of this resonates. Um, Interesting. He's going back to the card that I pulled earlier as an example, the Queen of Swords. So this makes me feel like either the person, the birthday person is Queen of Swords, learning how to put their emotions, check their emotions at the door and function from a place of logic, that this is a new venture. He's showing me frogs. He showed me a frog, which is funny because I have a frog tattoo for my grandfather. Okay, this is a grandfather. He's definitely a grandfather because he's showing me my tattoo. Um, and I feel like there's some sort of frog reference, like with frog legs. Was he from Louisiana? Frog legs. Something frog legs, um, Louisiana, and he has an accent. He does. He's got an accent. He has an I'm here something about an accent. It might not be Louisiana, it might be an accent. He might have been taking me down that road of an accent. Grandfather, frog legs, or out of the box accent. How are we doing here? Stars if you can take 100%. Star only if you can take 100% of what I'm telling you. So I've got grandfather older, he's very much the patriarch of the family, um, tall, quiet strength. Um, he's brought up frogs, and he's here for a birthday. He's here for a birthday. It's either his or someone else's that's in the chat. He's here for a birthday. It's, like, right around the corner coming up, or it just happened, like, within a 2-week time period of right now. I feel like either he's drawing a lot of parallels to my grandfather. None? Interesting. I hope the person didn't boop out. Okay, there we go. We got some people. Okay, and the Louisiana might be on the fence here. I feel like he's just saying something about an accent. Accent. There was an accent. Um, like a Southern accent or some sort of he's just an accent. He is showing me horses too, which leads me to, like, either he liked horse races or something about horses or had horses, or something about the Derby, like, something about Derby or horse races, something horses. He is talking south of me. I am in Indiana, so he's south of me. South. Let's see if I'm drawn to anybody at this point. You can take 100% and show me stars here. Real eye on top. Okay. You too, April. Okay, so we still have a few. Let me get some more specific information. He's showing me images of my grandfather holding his coffee mug and walking across the yard to get to my grandparents owned their own business. So and he would walk across the yard to work. So, either he's really talking about the Folgers black coffee or working like, having his own business, being close to home, and they out in the country, my grandparents were also out in the country. I feel like they're showing me this reference, always 5 stars going, "Why do my eyes itch?" Like, this could be a sign. Like, this could be something because my eyes itch a lot right now. I've already taken my allergy medicine. I'm gonna make a note of that, itchy eyes. This might be I might be feeling it for someone in the chat. He is showing me balloons, which is a sign for me for birthday, upcoming birthday, but he's making me feel like somebody released balloons, something about balloons going into the air, balloons, releasing balloons. Um, Either in celebration of him or something about balloons. Mindy, don't put your stuff in here, please. Only stars. Looking to see if I'm drawn to anybody. Wow, 100% from all of you. That's crazy. Don't you love a good postcard? Alright, we get some more information, more specific. Remember, you have to be able to take 100%. He did like the old cars. Liked the old cars, and he liked to tinker. He said, "Tinker. I like to tinker." He liked to do things with his hand. He stayed busy. He liked to if this he would fix things even if they weren't broken. Like, he just had to stay busy. Had to stay busy. He's like, "Show me how to use my hands a lot." And also, then he had a hard time walking towards the end, and so he had to stay busy because he was so used to staying busy that he had to keep his hands busy. He's also shown me a little bit of fog at the end, so I feel like he was just kind of fog towards the end. Mhm. He's doing this with his hair, like moving it, parting it. Now, last time that happened, it was a joke because the person was bald and it was like, "I got hair now." But he's parting his hair, like he's got a part on the side of his head, and he's just swooping his hair over. It's dark, it's, salt and pepper. I'm getting a J name that will be either him or significant around him, like J, Joe. I'm hearing Joe. So that's either him or someone that's directly affected him that he would be bringing up. Joseph, Joseph, he corrected me. Joseph. Oh, it looks like Karen over on Facebook might be able to take this too. All right, how are we doing over here? Let's look at both platforms. Wow, I can't believe how many people can still take this. He is he's going back to the horses in Kentucky and the Derby. So either that's something he really enjoyed doing or he is from Kentucky. 'Cause he makes me feel South. He's got an accent. He's got an accent. Going down yonder. He would have said, "Going down yonder." Yonder. You have to understand that. Yonder. don't know if you've all noticed, but I do not speak that way. Younger. I almost believe how many of you can still take this. Let's see. I'm looking to see if I'm drawn to anybody specifically. Let's see over here. I cannot believe how many of you can still take all of this. I feel really drawn to Megs. I'm just kinda, like, tapping into the energy here. Megs, would you wanna come up in the box and see if this works? 'Cause if it's not you, I'll know pretty quick. I feel like it's between you and Amy, to be honest. Can you do a guest request? Hello.
Hi. So it's really funny you said it's between you and Amy because Amy's my mom and she's right here with me. And
Uh,
that's my papa. And today's my mom's birthday.
okay, I love it. Okay, but one of you is gonna have to turn down your volume.
Oh, turn down your volume, mom.
Alright. Oh, I can still hear an echo.
Just turn it off. Turn TikTok off completely. Okay, can you hear it still?
I think nope. Oh, it's still echoing. Okay. Let's see if it's better now.
Is it better?
No, it's still I can hear myself. Here, come out and come back in.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. Alright, hang tight, friends over here in the chat, because I think that's so funny because it's between the 2 of them, and it's mom and daughter. That's so funny. Alright. Let's get her back in here and see how it goes. Alright, so hopefully that's better.
Okay, it says better?
I think so. No, I can still hear myself.
Oh, darn it.
That's okay. I'll work through it.
Are you sure? I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. So talk to me about how so you said this is, um mm,
You want me to try it on my mom's phone?
yes, 'cause I keep hearing myself. Alright, we're gonna try this again.
Hold on, let me get back. Let her get back in. Okay, she's in. Disconnect.
Mhm.
Can you go?
I wonder if she can go live, though. If not, I can go get my headphones. Oh, here we come, hold on. Accept. Let's see if this is better. Hello?
Hi.
Yay!
Oh, yay.
Okay, good. Alright.
Much better. Good.
Much better. Yeah, it was weird, and I was about to send my son to go get some my headphones, but we're good now. So talk to me a little bit, 'cause I talk to me a little bit about this, like, what do you how's all this fitting together? Because I feel like he's still here. I still have a message. So other than is his birthday close to yours?
So his birthday is, let me see.
Is it
Down.
October?
I'm
Something about
shaking, sorry.
no, it's okay.
You popped in, so I was on another live. We're working, and I was on another live, and you popped up, and I started hearing everything you were saying, and it all fit in. And I was like, that sounds like Papa. And it was just so crazy. So I didn't hear the beginning, but everything you said,
Okay.
the Folgers coffee, the birthday, or the birthday today,
Mhm.
um, the balloons, yeah, everything. He said, his birthday is, I believe it's in May. So yeah,
Okay. Did was his is there a significance around October? I heard something about October. Is that his?
yeah,
What,
that's my birthday. His wife and my daughter's
okay.
birthday.
Okay. I'm at October. Okay. I know I'm with you guys. I know I'm with you guys. So and the frog the frog or frog like something about frogs. What was that?
So we just got a frog That's so funny.
That is hysterical. Okay.
Yes, and my husband didn't like it, but we really wanted the frog.
Okay, that's funny. That's funny. Um, so he had to stay busy. He makes me feel like he had to stay busy and use his hands a lot, and he liked to tinker is what he was saying. Did he use that word tinker? Is something he would have
Yeah,
said?
yeah.
Okay, because that's not something that again, not in the vocabulary. He liked to tinker. He liked to stay busy, but I also feel like he had mobility issues towards the end. So but in it, so it really really got to him because he couldn't get around as well. Would that make sense for him? Okay. And he just had to stay busy. He just had to stay busy. Um, he still brings that same energy, even though he reminds me a lot of my grandfather. Um, and oh, Joseph, Joe or Joseph, who's that?
That's his middle name. So as soon as you said that, I was
Okay,
like,
okay, all right. And he's like, Joseph.
yep. Yeah, because as soon as you said the J name, I looked at my mom and said Joseph. That's his middle name. And as soon as you said Joseph, you said it.
Okay, okay. He is who has 2 kids? Is it
I
you?
did.
Okay. Does one play soccer or sports? Like one really into sports or something about soccer or
My
sports?
gosh. His daughter played soccer for a year and a half. And she's in volleyball now, yes.
Okay. And I feel like when she was younger, did she just not like to share the ball?
No.
All right. Like sharing is not caring. Um,
No, Karen's not caring for her.
No, she was the princess.
okay,
You too.
that's so funny. Does one of them dance or dancing or like was one the type of just like bust out dancing just to like
That's my
mhm, okay.
It's funny because he does that.
That's floss?
oh my gosh, yes, he flosses all the time.
Okay.
Oh, that makes me happy
Oh
he
my
sees
gosh.
that.
And do you guys have a small dog? Or did they have a small dog? Talk about a small dog. Small dog.
They had a small dog.
Okay. And was he married? Okay. Was he married to someone that was very much head over heart, could think their way through anything, and was very, very much what I call Queen of Swords energy? Would that make sense for who he was married to? Okay.
She was the queen. She was the
Oh,
queen.
okay. All right. But also like ruled. What she said went.
Yes.
Okay. Because he's like, I like to pretend I was in charge of things, but we know how things actually went. And she was not afraid to drop the hammer.
Especially when it came to kids and grandkids.
'Cause I feel like he was like, "Oh, you better hope your grandma doesn't catch you." Like, I feel like that was him, even though people saw him as the quiet strength of the family. Like, he was a very big presence, and I feel like the kids looked up to him and saw him as this really revered him.
They
Yes.
absolutely did. Mhm.
So he's coming in to say happy birthday.
It makes me so heartwarmed.
Yeah, he's coming in to say happy birthday, and just to let you know that he's around, he sees what's going on, he sees everything going on with the kids, um, and I'm assuming your grandmother's on the other side as well?
No, my mom was still here.
Okay, cool.
My mom is still
His
here.
wife was
Okay.
still here.
His wife is here. Alright.
And he was my everything. This means so much to me. And my mom is crying right now for on her
Gee.
birthday. So this means so much.
They're
to
happy
me.
tears. Did he have a red truck? He's talking about a red truck.
Oh
A red truck.
He did.
He's like, "Bum, bum, bada, bow," like Sanford and Sons. So I feel like he would haul he was just like, did he like junk or like, did he like find
And you like being able
got it. Fix him up.
Yes.
Tinkering. He liked to stay busy. Oh my gosh, he's funny.
He loved going, we went to the market every weekend. He loved that stuff.
Got it, got it.
somebody else's junk is your
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. So this is just his way of just coming in. He's seriously just saying happy birthday, and he's also thanking you for you did something special, like at his memorial, or you memorialized him somehow. There's something you did for him that was that the balloons or the like I said something about a bird. Is there a bird or like a dove? Did you do I don't see you releasing doves, but I feel like there's something a dove reference for him. Would that make sense? Or a bird reference?
cardinal bird.
A cardinal bird is what every time I see a cardinal bird,
Oh, got it. Got it, got it. Okay. That's what you refer to him as. Okay.
yeah.
And is there a Southern reference like Kentucky or South? Is he from the South or he have an accent like he's from the South?
He did have an accent like he was from California.
Okay, that's hilarious.
Yeah. But he did have a southern accent.
Yeah.
And it was mostly his playful.
Yeah, we're from Missouri, so he lived in Missouri, so
Oh.
we are from the South, so
Yep. So he can get his accent on. Okay. Well, he's just coming in to say happy birthday and sends his love and just to let you know that he's around. He's around and he's around a lot. He's around a lot. And is your grandmother I'm seeing the fogginess a little bit. Is she having memory issues?
Oh my god,
she
yeah.
is.
Yes.
Okay.
She's I feel like she's been like hiding things from us and not telling us about what's going on, but
He said, "Keep an eye on her.
yeah,
Keep an eye on her." That it's just and she's so cool. She's like, she's too proud, which goes back to that Queen of Swords. She's not gonna let you know. She's not gonna she'll be like, "Yeah, that's cute. Get out."
yeah.
Um, but she doesn't realize how much she's not remembering.
Yeah, we notice that every day.
Mhm. He's like, "Just keep an eye on her, keep her close." Um, he's complimenting you guys on keeping her feeling like she's in control,
Yeah.
letting her believe that she's in control. You said that's the best thing you can do for her is let her believe that she's in control and just do everything you can to keep her safe to and to protect her. And also, he's talking about educating her on this is funny because Doc Compton, are you guys familiar with that guy? Do you know who that is? Doc Compton, he's here on TikTok.
No.
He's a consumer advocate. Somebody follow him. He's got like 800,000 followers. He was actually what he does is he calls scammers over in other countries that will and pretends to be an old person because these people will try to scam out of money. And he's saying something about be careful, like educate her about this. Talk to her about this because
So much sense.
she will be the one to answer the phone or to return an email and get sucked into this. And these people are good. They are good and they create shame and fear and they will wipe out her entire savings. So
It's so funny you said something. I'm sorry to interrupt
oh,
you,
go ahead.
I just got her into these lives on TikTok and everybody is scamming her and she's like, "They're trying to give me this money." I'm like, "No, Mama, you have to
Right.
listen to me. They will never message you first." So yeah, that is so funny that she's recognizing that because she really is trying to reach him and everything like that. So
Mhm.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, so just educate her. And actually, so Peggy said Doc is banned right now, and no, he's not. His account's back now. I'm watching daily. It's back now. It was up as of last night. Go watch his latest video. So follow him and let her see him. He's because I do feel like she could, as she declines, could be to that, and it's not just TikTok, it's the emails, it's the phone calls, it's there's something wrong with your computer. It's like a little pop-up on the computer. It's, "This is Microsoft." It's not Microsoft, it's scammers. So I just feel like she needs to be educated on that because she's gonna want independence, and she will not tell you if she loses 50 grand or 100 grand.
So she has a few years ago, tumor on her frontal lobe, and we just recently found out that somebody had that his frontal lobe tumor on his frontal lobe grew bigger, and he started making decisions exactly what you just
Okay.
described. So I'm wondering if her tumor's growing and it's going to start making her make those decisions.
Well, and I feel like that's why your grandfather's coming through, so you can say, "Keep an eye on her," and because he said he kept talking about her mind, and I just thought, "Swords, your mind, your thinking mind, just keep an eye on her and do things if you can, that she'll let you to protect her accounts." So if she has a moment of non-clarity, or fear, because these people will they will play on the fear, the gift cards. Yes, Rosemary, you're on it, exactly. And actually, my business partner's grandfather just got scammed out of about 20 grand. Gift cards, and Nord gift card, the lady was like, "Are you on the phone with someone?" And they were able to recover it because it was still in the works, but a lot of people just lose everything they've worked their entire lives for, um, and because that's their whole job is to it's not just Nigerian, Rosemary. If you watch Doc Compton, you'll see it's Nigerian, Indian, Pakistani, like, it's a lot of the Middle East and all because that's what they do. They have millions of call centers, and that's their entire livelihood. They don't have jobs opportunities there like we do here. So that's what they do. They go to call centers, and that's what they do because they have to feed their family, so why not steal from Americans? So, um, so thank you for coming in. I feel like this is him just coming in saying, "Happy birthday," and watch Memo.
That's amazing.
Thank you so much for
So you are so welcome. Happy birthday, and thanks for coming on and being part of the live. All right, have a good one.
you too.
All right, see ya. All right, so that was fun. Oh, how to I don't know how to get people out. There we go. So that was awesome. What do you guys think about that? I love good I love good, I love a good spirit coming through. It's not and see, so spirit doesn't just kinda come in and, like, show up, and that's where I would caution you. Um, and when you're choosing a reader, if you're watching a reader online, it's one thing to come in with evidence, okay? It's one thing to be like, "Oh, would you understand this? Would you understand this? Would you understand this? Would you understand this?" Okay, well, just know that they love you. Mm, there's more to it. There is a message. There's a reason that they're coming in. There's a reason they're coming in at that moment. For him, for that grandfather, he was coming in to say happy birthday and, um, and to also gave evidence of things going on around them currently that he's saying, "I see this happening." And also, "Hey, watch grandma. What's going on there?" Um, and help advocate for her and help educate her. So there were messages, and so that's what you gotta look for in a reader, is someone who's going to do that for you. To connect with the loved one, but also, why are they there? Thank you, Lori, appreciate that. And so, why are they there? Why are they coming in? Um, and I've seen way too many readers, they say the evidence is just the stuff coming in, but no, spirits always has something to say. You give spirit a voice and they're gonna talk. They're gonna do their thing. Yeah, they're gonna chat it up if they can. Um, so yeah, that was fun. That was so what questions do you guys have about that? What questions do you have about that? And actually, if there's something you would say, please, the frog. Oh, I yeah. Do. Hey, my frog. This is and I got this for my grandfather. I've got the dancing frog um, from Looney Tunes, and that's what they showed me was that frog in that moment. I know, right, Rosemary? Let me get my jacket on. What are you trying to put on my jacket? Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby. That's right. Absolutely, Kayla. Like last night, I had 4 people in having a conversation with 1 person, with 1 sitter. Now, I only I can identify them all, and obviously, it's like having a group of people, a room. So, I tell them, "1 at a time, please." You know? "Oh, good, Lorna." "Me too." Did you know that's the only cartoon they ever did, it was from 1955. It's the only cartoon they ever did with Michigan J. Frog. "Hello, my ragtime gal." Yep, I got that from my grandpa because I used to sit on his lap in the recliner every Saturday because my mom worked, single mom, and we watched Looney Tunes. And I knew I wanted to get a tattoo, and I saw that one day, it just popped up, and I was like, "No brainer." I went years trying to figure out what tattoo I wanted to get, and that popped up. How many people when you're out at a restaurant? Not really. No, I'm not. I have a light switch. I turn it off because I feel like it's rude, but you'll also notice if you ever meet me in person, I will never look you in your eyes. I will look at your forehead. I might look in your eyes, like, just for observation purposes, but I will not talk to you by looking in your eyes because I can feel and tune into the energy, and I don't like it. It's uncomfortable. So I always look at right here at people. Seeing all kinds of other questions come up. Allowed to ask a medium to connect to a specific loved one. Yeah, I do it all the time. I do it all the time. If you and I do tell them, "Okay, yes, I will are you wanting to connect to?" Maybe it was grandfather. Great, okay, let me see if I can pull him in close. It's still my job to give the evidence of who he is. Sometimes oh, no, they don't bother me in the shower. No, nobody bothers me. Um, so totally forgot what I was talking about before that. Sorry, I got distracted. Good morning. They don't bother me in the shower. Oh, sometimes the spirit will come in prior, and prior to the person you're asking for, because sometimes there's someone else um, that needs to have a message, except for that one time. Yeah, that happens too. I mean, it does happen, like, where you can't connect to a certain one for whatever reason. And it's usually a medium problem, you know? I did have last Wednesday, I had someone that I had read for before, um, where I had a spirit coming in, giving all kinds of information, and she was like, "I nothing." She couldn't take any of it. But then she did say, "When I've had a reading from you before, and that happened the last time, and I went home and figured out who it was." It all made sense, so we just let it so it does happen. Um, but yeah, you can request a specific spirit. Um, the hard part is when you say things like, "Okay, well, I'll only believe it if" like, I told 'em a code word, so if they don't say the code word, I won't believe it's them. Like, "Well, then here's your money back." Because I'm not gonna go there, because what that does is it invokes my and it fires up my thinking mind, and instead of the the creative side of my brain that allows the information to flow through, when I switch to that side of my brain, and I all of a sudden I'm like, "Ooh, I get test anxiety as it is, so now you can put me on the spot." Right. Right. "Oh, thank you for joining my team." Um, it does seem disrespectful, doesn't it? But also, how many mediums have you seen on here say, "Oh, no, you can set your intention with your loved ones, and if that doesn't come through, then they're not legit." Where I may have just told you everything about their life, about what they look like, the names, all the evidence. Oh, but you didn't give me the code word Lucy, so I can't really take any of it. So you do have to go in with an open mind, and it's fun to play the game, um, of set the intention, show me a sign. Like I asked my grandfather, "What sign do you want to go by today?" And it was an owl. I'm like, "Really? It's not you." And he brought it through in a big way, in a funny, funny way. So during the reading. So I knew it was him, and I knew that I also that sign when I asked for that sign, I knew that something else was going on, so it confirmed something for me. So, yeah, that's how that works. You can ask. Um, and again, it's just my job to produce the evidence and ask if there's a message. I always ask spirits to come through for me on these, and they never do. Could there be a reason? Um, so here's the thing. There could be. There could also be the fact that maybe you're aligning with a lot of the information given, like, "Oh, that could be mine. Oh, that could be mine. Oh, but that's not." Those are postcards. Your loved ones do come through, and you have to be open to receiving the signs in different ways. So, like, for instance, going back to the book Signs by Laura Lynn Jackson, I was listening to that in the book. 2nd day doing a Camp Chesterfield event, on the way home, chapter 2 was about deer, like the animals, the deer, and listening to it, and I'm like, "Okay," I was just listening, but I also realized at one point, "Why are we going so slow? I'm in the left-hand lane, I should be cruising on this interstate. Why are we going so slow?" And I'm like, "What is this dude doing? What are you doing?" And I look at it, and it's a John Deere tractor with John Deere stickers all over the trailer, and I'm like, "Oh, that's funny." And as soon as I acknowledged it, the trailer got out of my way. So spirit will, like, give us our signs in unexpected ways. And the frogs don't do that from today. See? Exactly. There you go, Mackenzie. That is what you do. You ask for a sign, and it's gonna show up in the weirdest ways sometimes. Someone can find real info, there's non-transfiguration mediumship. Um, I I do that. You mean like, oh, trance channeling? I do that. I actually you guys wanna hear something cool? Just for the 73 people in the room? I actually channeled, Dolores Cannon the other day in trance class with my mentor. I don't get bad intention spirits. So and I actually teach trance mediumship. I do trance mediumship. Yeah. And the transfiguration is wild. It's wild. Because so when I did that with Dolores Cannon, it was like and I don't know that I could even mimic her now in a waking state, but I could feel, like, my face moving like hers, and it was wild, and my voice changed, and everybody in the room that witnessed it, 'cause it was a live class, it wasn't on Zoom, witnessed it. It was cool. Have you had these abilities in childhood? I developed them in adulthood, and I had more than I thought. It was happening to me, but I'm not asking it to. Okay, yeah, you gotta set your boundaries, my friend. No, you should not be channeling anybody accidentally. You gotta set your boundaries. Trance healing is my thing. Nice, Janelle. I love that. Also, hi, Janelle. Um, but I developed them as an adult. I had to go through garbage as a kid and growing up. I had a butterfly land on my hand for 3 seconds. Oh, I love that. Wondering the same thing about my loved ones. Don't come through. I mean, you know what? And very rarely do I get picked for, like, if I'm in a live, I'm not the one getting the messages. Trance healing is so what trance channeling is when you allow a spirit to blend with you, to step into your energy and take over your body and allow them to take over your voice. okay? Um, and whereas channeling is you allow the thought process to happen, it goes in and out, and you say everything you hear right away, okay? It's not scary at all, it's actually really cool, and I can tell when I'm gonna be doing trance channeling, and actually so this might be helpful. If it's happening spontaneously, pay attention to, "Oh, love you, Carrie. Thank you, thank you." Make sure you guys are following Carrie. She's amazing. She's got her own class, has her own school. Make sure you follow her. She goes live, she does readings, past all the things, Akashic records, past lives, mediumship, all the things. She's amazing. And thank you for your help today, my friend. Let's try to connect later. We have tea to spill. Um, and somebody asked how I learned to do that. I've got a my mentor is that's what she does, that's her gift, and she teaches it. Okay, we'll talk soon, Karen. Love you. Everybody say bye to Carrie. Mwah. And medium 6090 is good as well. Oh, that's good to know. Wonder if I'm following her. Let me look. Oh, wait. Medium 6090, say hi. I'll see if I'm following you. I might already be following you. I don't follow too many people back just because again, I don't want people to think I'm a scammer. Um, so how it works with the trance channeling is they blend energy. So what spirit has to do is you ask spirit to, like, change your vibration so you can blend energy with the spirit, okay? So I knew when I was in class, I had a private mentorship with my mentor, and then we went into trance class. We had a whole discussion on somebody I've been working with, and I'd been doing some channeling work with Dolores Cannon, but I felt like it was either not right, there was something not right, and I was like, I gotta know, like, am I doing something wrong?" And she's like, "No, the person you're working with is not trustworthy." I'm like, "Oh, oh, no, that's not true." Um, and so I was like, "We're gonna set that aside, and it could be my own trust issue." That's what I looked at it as, that I was not trusting the spirit coming in. And so in the safe space with my class and my mentor, I was able to bring Dolores in, but I could feel during that whole conversation my my energy changing, okay? Um oh, it could be Josie. Yeah, Dolores Cannon is the founder. She and her husband founded QHHT, which is Quantum Healing Hypnosis Technique, okay? And it's I'm a certified practitioner, so I can put people into hypnosis and take them through past life regression and figure out go back to the root cause of some of their now issues, like what's happening in this lifetime. Um, and it was wild to hear her opinion. I've actually got a video I'm gonna be putting out today talking about my channeling experience with her in class and the message that she came through and said. Because I don't remember when I do trance channeling, so I don't know if this works for you also, whoever said that we say 90, do that because it's not your stream of consciousness, and it requires you to set we don't remember what's being said. It's not part of my process. My conscious mind's back there just chilling. I can answer you. I will, absolutely. And I never remember, but in this particular session, in my trance class with all experienced trance mediums and my mentor, like, we were at a lot different level of energy and energy exchange, energy sharing, which makes a huge difference in doing trance mediumship work, is the energy in the room and the trust level you have with people in the room. I completely transfigured everything and I remember her saying, "Lorinda needs to remember this." And then she went on to talk about um, how energy works and how, like, it she said my mentor had said, "Is there anything that if you could do anything different?" If you could do anything differently on earth when you were here in your life walk, what would it be? And in that moment, I was just like, "Oh, thank you, Lori. Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it." And I could feel her sitting in the chair. I could feel her holding the microphone like she was talking in the microphone. And I can't even mimic, but I could suddenly feel her, and I was very aware. And it's cool because when you do trance channeling, if you're really locked in, even though your eyes are closed, you can see what's in the room. I could see the room. I could see the people in the room. Okay. So she's transfigured and she's answering. She's saying, I'm going to say this so Lorena can remember. And she talked about what she goes, I said for years I was not a medium or a psychic. Okay, there you are. That I'm not a medium or a psychic. And I followed you back. Medium 6090. However, what happened, hi Diana, good to see you. We're talking about Glenda's class and trance channeling. Well, you should pop in when you did. Um, she was saying that she would know she wouldn't do anything different because what she said got conversations going. But when what she would say is she would allow that she's like, "But we're all" because I 100% was getting information, and I should have said what I saw, what I knew, what I heard, the information I got. She goes, "Just because hundreds of people across the country or the world were saying things, it was coming through a filter of what they know and what they'd already heard, whether it was heard me say or what their research had told them. Instead, so they it was coming through a filter." And she said, "I would have" because there's a lot of things that I said that were not true, and I didn't understand that until I got here. She goes, "But I could see how things were processed." And so it was her own way of processing it as a human, which happens as mediums, as mediums, period, when we do that. We get information that comes in, it jumbles up, we put our own Rolodex information in there, and we spout it out. And she said, "I would have been more genuine in what I was in communicating what I was seeing, feeling, and knowing, instead of putting my own story in it." And it was really fascinating to get that perspective because as a QHHT practitioner, I'm just like, "Dolores, oh," you know, and there were things she would say that I was like, "Ooh, that feels weird. I don't that's not true. No way," right? Um, and and she was saying, but it got the conversations going. So she doesn't regret it, but if she could do anything different, that's what it would be. And then she showed me how she learns and how she keeps learning as there was a whole other deep dive, whole other video, whole other conversation. You know what? Maybe next Thursday, um, for the same chat, since we're getting ready to finish up here, maybe next week we'll talk about my experiences a little bit deeper in the in talking about the Dolores Cannon trance stuff. So I'm gonna make a note. All right. Um, oh, and next week I will be I might not be here next week. My husband's favorite uncle passed, and he lived in Santa Fe, Mexico, like, all by himself, no family. So, my husband and I, and then his cousin and her husband, and are flying to Santa Fe to help clean everything out next week. So, hopefully, I'll be here and listen to how we're gonna do his memorial. Check this out. We're gonna host it at our house. And he was a huge art collector, and we're gonna put all the art, all of his fun art from all because he traveled the world, all over the world. He was just the coolest dude. And so um, we're gonna display all of the art and have his memorial at our house. Isn't that cool? I thought that was fun. Um, so I we'll see about next Thursday is 4th of July. I will put a video out and let you know, but either way, if it's not next Thursday, the following Thursday, we'll tune in and I'll and if Dolores is open to it, maybe I'll do a live channeling session. Dolores. I had somebody tell me I shouldn't do that because I'll put a target on my back if I do that. And, if I especially if I say things when I channel, because when I channel Dolores, which I've done 3 times now, she doesn't say the things that she said when she was alive. She contradicts some of those things. So anyway, isn't that fun? Mm, right, Diana? Diana, you crack me up. I adore you. And I'd say if I got Glenda coming in and talking to me and saying, "Nope, that was Dolores. That was her," I'm gonna believe Glenda, my mentor. She's so cute and adorable. Okay, we are at noon, friends. I'm glad you did, MacMot 99. I love that. I'm glad you did too. And that's what I'm trying to do. How about a private Zoom? What do you mean? Oh, you mean like a hmm, I know what you mean. That's a thought. I've done some channeling live before. I've done some channeling live before. Um, how do you book a private session? Go to the thing in the thing, and you can just it takes you right to my link tree. Oh, that's right. You're Lorinda. That is funny. You should change it just to come into my room. Then I'll be like, "Hey, what's up, Lorinda?" Did you say you're going to share your Dolores chant? I am gonna put it in YouTube, and I'm gonna put it on my, I know, right, Diana? Um, I'm gonna put it in YouTube, and I'll put it on, like, all my things. So make sure you're following all the things because 'cause I'm live on YouTube, I'm in Facebook right now, I also do Instagram, and I've got the TikTok, of course. TikTok's where my following is. It's crazy because it almost I think people ignore I've got 35,000 followers here, but I've got, like, 500 on literally every other platform. So I think people are like, "Oh, that's probably a fake account." It's not. They're not. They're legit. They literally all of them have, like, just over 500, every single one of them. It's weird. So make sure you guys follow me on all the platforms, and thank you all for coming to the chat today, and I've made a note for channeling Dolores, or at least talking about the channeling Dolores canon. In the meantime, go watch some of her videos. I mean, she's passed, obviously. Like, go watch some old videos and kinda learn things about her to see, oh, thank you, Courtney. I appreciate you. And I'm following you back, Medium6090. I can't wait to see, like, what you got going on. Um, so yeah. Thanks, Erica. And I'm glad you guys stuck around. I hope you guys got a lot out of the reading that we did. Um, just if nothing else, my job is not to be the dog and pony show, but it is to give spirit a voice and to improve the continuity of life. So as you go about your day today, find ways that you can raise your vibration, block negativity, and learn something new from your guides today. And also, don't forget, ask your guides what you teach them today. What are they learning from you today? And see what happens. All right. And come back the next time we do this and tell me how it goes. I can't wait to hear. All right. I hope everybody has a fantastic day. I'll give you like 5 seconds to follow me before I turn it off. So we're going to go into five, a four, a three, a two, a one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye. Cool. All right. Got it. All right. Thank you, everybody on the Facebook and the YouTube. Um, got that turned off, and I appreciate you guys joining in. I know it's a smaller crowd, um, but what I found is what happens is when I do card pulls, it's kind of nice because it's a smaller crowd and you have a better chance of getting ratings. All right. So have a fantastic day, everybody. Be kind to each other and keep an eye out for each other and do everything you can to raise your vibration. Talk to your guides and learn something new today. All right. Have a good one.